Hello, I'm here for yet another TF2 rant about just general stuff I like to talk about to do with video games. Anyway, I am here today to talk about something that's always considered the bane of existence for a lot of, like, a blemish in the otherwise perfect gaming industry. And from my experience, that is most certainly movie license games. Now, movie license games, as you probably know, are those games that come out a few months after a movie comes out to try and make money off the original hype built off the movie. Now, of course, as you may imagine, these games are abysmal. Really bad. Like, I worry about how bad they are. And really, there's no sign of them letting up. They just keep making more of them, and I don't exactly understand why. Well, I do understand why. It's to make more money, but it's literally like, it's an example as to why video games can be a cash grab sometimes for some companies. Like, seriously, I love Reservoir Dogs the movie. I still find that scene hilarious where that guy cuts off, where Mr. Blonde cuts off the other guy's ear to Stuck in the Middle with You. I find that hilarious, but I did not think they needed a video game for Reservoir Dogs. Considering they didn't even show the jewel robbery in the actual movie, I don't see where they could actually go with the goddamn game Reservoir Dogs. It's games like these that make you wonder, why the hell did they make these? Now, of course, as you may be thinking, there are a lot of exceptions to this. One of which being Spider-Man 2. Surprisingly enough, the amount of Spider-Man games that they've made have been bad, and Spider-Man 2 is the only game I played as a kid that was like, I feel like I'm freaking Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man right now. And that's what made the game so much better than the rest of them, because the rest of them were just buggy pieces of crap, really. Anyway, of course, the reason these are all so terrible, as you may guess, is the small time frame. Even if the developers were good, which they're not, which I'll get onto that later, but even if they were good, I wouldn't mind. But the time frame they get for making these games is ridiculous. Even the best developers can't make games within 5 or 4 months of the thing coming out. Like, they're not told about the game during the production. They're told as it's being marketed to start making this game. They're given like 6-7 months to make a full-blown game. And I have a friend who's currently doing games development at the moment, and holy crap, a lot of work goes into it. Every little meticulous detail goes into making a game, and you cannot do all of that in 5 months. It's just not possible. I'm sorry to break it to you, Activision, and literally every other movie license company that's existed. There's been a lot of them. And another reason, obviously, is the really horrible games developers. They scrape the bottom of the barrel for these guys. These guys probably have like fee tax in games development. Now, if you don't know what a fee tax is, it's basically I've no disrespect for people do fee tax if they do a course afterwards. Fee tax, basically, if you do badly in your final year, you can do it, and it'll be a stepping stone to your college. But it's in no way any qualification. You have to do college to be qualified in it. VTAC is kind of a stepping stone kind of thing. I'm talking about someone who just did a VTAC and now goes on to make Spider-Man 5 even Spider-Man-ier than before, or Iron Man 2 Electric Boogaloo. okay, that last one was made up, but I always find it hilarious when you put in the end of something with 2 in it, you just go Electric Boogaloo, because it makes the titles like 10 times better, and I think every person ever should put Electric Boogaloo in the end of their sequels. Anyway, but it isn't only the developers' fault on the gaming side, because really, whenever a video game is turned into a movie, it's horrible too. But I think it might be just a translation thing, that like people in the movie industry don't understand what makes a good game and what would make a good movie from that game, from the lore. And people who make games don't understand the concept of the movie, and they don't understand how it works and what people would want to do if they were inside the world of the movie. But really, if you think about it for like longer than 5 seconds, the reason video game movies are so bad is because of Uwe Boll. Uwe Boll is just, he ruins video game movies. He did Far Cry, he did Blood Rain, but they're all bad. And before you say that video games don't cause anything bad in the video game industry, it doesn't bring it down, which it does because of really bad. Because it reduces it to just being about money, which it is about money, I don't mind that, but at least make good quality stuff for your money. Actually, what caused the video game crash of 1987 was a movie license game. It was E.T. And of course, E.T. wasn't the only game, but E.T. was the biggest one. E.T. was the biggest reason why people stopped playing their Ataris and just completely stopped playing video games, full stop, and video games almost died from it if not for Mario and basically the gods of the 90s. Now of course this rant is slightly pointless because there's nothing really I can do to change it that much. Like, there's never going to be a consistent amount of good movie license games. There's going to be the occasional one. It honestly saddens me that people actually fall for this, the idea that by name alone they can make money, and it saddens me to see this really big blemish in the eye of the video game industry, which is by now amazing. If you look at graphics and look at everything else, and they're just holding us back, really. Now I know we can't. I know there's nothing I can do to stop it. Nothing any of us can do to stop it. They're going to keep making them until either movies or video games crash, which I doubt either of them will. But I digress. Anyway, see you next time. If you liked what you saw, then I'll see you next time. If you didn't like what you saw, then I won't see you next time. Feel free to like and subscribe. Bye.